Well, I think that China and Russia have a lot to gain from each other right now. And in particular, China will seek from Russia more than just gas imports. The most expensive commodity in the future is going to be water. China's facing incredible water shortages. There's literally desertification occurring in the capital city here in Beijing. And so Russian exports of water, food, China, most of its land is actually not fertile or contaminated. People here who are wealthy Chinese are importing most of their own food because they're afraid of eating local food. All of these conditions create a business opportunity for Russia. Of course, it will require probably two things. It will require the state to have infrastructure investments in Russia to be able to connect up roads and infrastructure to enable those exports to occur, and also financing in the agricultural rural sectors to allow these sectors to be able to respond to the opportunity. I think what you have now is you have, aside from dollars and euros, you have the emergence of what they call the BRICS cooperation. Of course, this is really the powerful nations of the G77, or the major developing nations in each continent. And so we already know from a meeting recently with President Xi Jinping and Putin in Russia, and then the BRICS meeting that was held in Durban, South Africa, there is an agenda for a BRICS development bank. There's also plans to follow that with a BRICS currency stabilization fund, which builds on the concepts of the Chiang Mai initiative, which began in 2008. And the next question has to be then, what will be the reserve currency? Mm-hmm. What will be the next reserve currency? Will it be the Chinese yuan, or will it be a basket of currencies around the BRIC countries' currencies, of which the yuan would have a very heavy denomination? I would say that the globalization of the yuan currency is something that is being fast-tracked over the next couple of years through different swap agreements and trade financing. And I would say we could see the emergence of a new world reserve currency. And with these developments, the creation of a new financial architecture, which is different and an alternate to the Bretton Woods. As the people rioting in Europe and Turkey and the protesters, I think people are very dissatisfied with both the action of the Federal Reserve in the United States and also Brussels. Austerity is not working. This is not a sustainable formula. What is needed is exactly what the banking financial institutions and the central bankers of Europe and North America are not doing. It is creating M2, broad money supply that goes to people. Right now they're creating a lot of M1, narrow money supply going to banks and financial institutions, which in turn bolsters stock markets. It creates an artificial economy. That economy is not sustainable. And there needs to be a refocus, a new consensus. You need to have financing getting to communities. You need real businesses empowering real people, and that is going to be what gets the economy back in order. New opportunity is in the emerging markets. Given the amount of investment from China and India, also the Emirates, that's going into the African continent, this will create opportunity for Europe. Africa is in many ways in Europe's backyard. And there are many services and sectors which China and India will not be in that European companies can benefit in coming into the emerging African market, which is where all the potential is right now. I think what you see is you're going to see two alternate universes. You have the old system. You have the Bretton Woods, Washington consensus, which will have old players in it. You're going to see a new consensus driven by the BRICS and the G77. The growth is going to be coming from Asia, and it's going to be in the developing world. It'll be in Africa. It'll be in South America. That growth, again, is coming from Asia. The creation of an alternate financial architecture, or what I call the democratization of our global financial architecture, will create effectively two universes or two parallel universes. One which is driven from Washington and one which is going to be driven from Beijing, Delhi, Moscow, Durban, and it'll be a multilateral, multifaceted consensus.